Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. I appreciate all of the support that you guys have been providing me. We've got a lot of really positive feedback the last couple weeks, and that motivates me to continue doing these videos. It really means a lot to me when I have the kind words from you guys, and I've been getting a lot of messages from people who are saying, hey, you remember that video from way back when? I gave it a try, I caught a new personal best, or I caught a bunch of fish. That's what this channel is about, guys. I'm trying to help everybody to catch more fish. And today, I'm going to give away a tip right out of my personal playbook. It's one, for a while I've kept kind of secret, and you know what, like I've said before, there's no secrets in fishing. I'm sure other people are doing this. I've never heard of anyone doing it or seen anyone doing it, but it's a really good modification to a drop shot rig. And I know right now drop shots are in full bloom. I'm getting ready to go to the St. Lawrence River. I will be probably rigging up 3 or 4 different types of drop shots. It's just a major player this time of year, wherever you're at in the country. And because I'm sitting here rigging up, I figured I'd show you guys it. I probably won't air this video until after the event, just because I don't need any of my competitors utilizing it against me at this point, even though I don't even know if any of them actually watch the channel. So I want to share it with you, and it's a really valuable tip. And it's just a different play on a drop shot, but there's a couple of times when it really outshines a traditional drop shot. So I don't have a name for it. I call it my T-rig drop shot or T-swivel drop shot. So I want to show you what it is. So in this case, you've got your traditional drop shot where you've got your main line going down to a weight, and you would tie your bait on right here. In this case, I'm using about a 6-inch piece of line to put to attach my bait of choice. The biggest difference here is the swivel that I'm using. This is called, I think it's called a T-swivel. It's 2 like bearing swivels that are attached. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll get you a new one out of the package. It's basically a 3-way swivel. Let's see if we can position that right. I'll get another one. Okay. So it's a 2 bearing swivels that are attached with this second one freely around the head, so you can spin it freely. So the keys to this, when you rig it up on as a drop shot, the first is pretty obvious. You get significantly less line twist because this bait swings freely around the main line. And when you get line twist with a drop shot rig, it's because of your bait. When you're reeling it in, your bait is moving around and it just wants to twist the whole line. In this case, when this bait twists, when you're reeling it back in, it's either turning in the bearing swivel or it's turning around the other bearing swivel. So you're not going to get the mainline twist. But that really has nothing to do with why I use this. It's an added benefit. Why am I rigging this up for the St. Lawrence River? It has to do with the fact that when you attach your bait to a small length of line like this 6-inch leader, when I hold this bait up in the current, or drop the bait down, I should say, in the current, I can hold my rod here, and the current will literally do impart the action into my bait. It will move it side to side. This is a Berkley Power Bait Jerk Shad. It's a great bait. Any sort of fluke style bait for this technique is great. I love throwing like a power swimmer or a Kitech, some sort of minnow bait, because it's just out there and the tail is just kicking just based on the current flow itself. But that's what's so awesome about this. When you're in the current like that, you get way more action from a bait that's got its own free line versus one that's connected to the main line. If it's connected to the main line, yes, your bait might be held upright, but it's not going to have any sort of free action. I have found that this technique is so good in currented areas. You know, on Sturgeon Bay, in the Ship Canal, sometimes you have extremely strong current flow through those areas. It works great there. The other time I love to use this technique is if I know that I'm casting my drop shot out. If I'm casting a drop shot, I love to use it. It almost acts as like a Carolina rig. You throw it out, you drag it back, and when you're dragging, your weights, you know, weight and line are more at a 30-degree angle, kind of like that. When your bait is connected to your line, it's kind of just, you know, it's still just working right off the line itself, but it doesn't have nearly as much motion. When you're throwing the free line again, you're dragging it again, you're getting that Carolina rig action where it's just swimming back and forth, even though your line is at about a 30-degree angle. It really is a good technique, and it shines in both of those times when you've got strong current, or if you're casting a drop shot out. I love to utilize this. I will have this rig tie down in most instances when I know that I'm going to be throwing drop shots quite a bit. It gives the fish a completely different look. It also really works well when you're sight fishing, not necessarily beds, but if you're looking for cruising fish and you flip this out, it allows, you know, once the weight hits the bottom, you get a slower fall from a weightless bait that really triggers a lot of those fish to come eat your bait better than a traditional drop shot, in my opinion. So you definitely want to give it a try, guys. It's a unique action. I highly recommend, if you're going to do it, to use the T-swivel with the two bearing swivels that are connected, so that you get that free swinging back and forth, versus, say, using a traditional three-way swivel. You'll get a lot more twist if you're using that traditional three-way swivel than you would with this. And I gotta tell you guys, this all came up, like the reason I started doing this had to do with just bank fishing with a regular three-way swivel with my boys. You know, it's one of those things, I was just thinking, okay, well, if I throw it out there, why is it so good in rivers and for bank fishing? It just has to do with having your bait moving freely. So it got me thinking, why am I not trying that when I'm out, you know, bass fishing? Why can I not impart that? So I started doing it. When I first rigged it up, I was like, I'm basically throwing a drop shot, only I've got a little bit of leader length. And that's really all it is. But you'll find when you've got a lot of current flow, or you're casting and dragging the bait back, that having that bait have a little bit of free swinging movement because of the leader that you've got it on, it really gives it a whole different presentation, and something the fish haven't seen, and it's a heck of a lot more natural than a regular drop shot, in my opinion. So give it a try, guys. Real easy to set up. Doesn't take much time at all. Let me know what you think. If you think it works, if you try it and it works, leave a comment so that other people who watch the video know that, you know, that you found it successful as well. If you enjoyed the video, like it, share it, and stay tuned, guys. We got new videos that come out every day. Thanks for watching.